Alright, so my battery's died. All you missed was me wiping my slide down. So we'll continue on. I'm just wiping my hands down with a rag that I'm not using to clean, if you're wondering. What's going on off screen? Alright, take my pick, make sure I'm cleaning where the lockup is. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the inside of it now. Again, I'm just gonna use some Cleansol, or cleanse oil, sorry, cleanse oil. This is my 9mm bore brush. Make sure that if you're like me and you use more than one bore brush for more than one caliber, that you're not mixing them up. That would be a disaster. Alright. Go ahead and drop this down through. Line it up. Oh, sorry. Alright, and we'll go ahead and pass it through a second time. But the second time through, I'm not re-lubricating. Alright, then we'll check with some light, make sure it looks good. Alright, go ahead and wipe off the outside of the barrel again, just in case I got some cleanse oil on it. Alright, we'll go ahead and respray these to clean them off, since they've been sitting a while. This is very important to check for any cracks or anything. It gets a lot of stress on this particular firearm. So if you know that anything gets a lot of stress, just make sure that you're checking it after every time you shoot it. Or every time you clean it, whichever comes first. And we'll just give it a good wipe off the best we can. we'll just wipe this off as well. If you can hear that in the background, there's some mortars going off. It's the day after the 4th of July, but I mean, they do it all year, so no surprise. Alright. Now it's going to be time to re-oil the fire. So we're going to start off with these frame. So right here are the rails in this particular firearm, so we're going to get on the top of them. And then right here in the back are the other rails. And then set that aside. Go ahead and get the slide. I want to get the rail in the center. I want to get it on the inside. Down here as well. Any of the excess that goes down here where the barrel goes, I just wipe on the sides. And then I'll get another cloth, cut up this time, and that way we can get down there with the pick. Spread the oil, so you just lightly press it down in there, and I'll spread the oil around. And do the same over here. Alright, and then on this firearm the rails are on the outside, so we'll go, well, technically the inside, but you get what I'm saying, they're on the outside of the frame. So we'll go ahead and put a couple drops there, and again you just use the pick to spread it. And we'll go ahead and put a couple drops on this side. And then again just spread it with the pick. And I'm not putting any pressure, I'm just gliding it along, and that spreads the oil. Alright, so the slide's done. Go ahead and set that aside. Do the barrel next. Go ahead and get inside of the lockup right here, right there. And then on top of the locking lugs, make sure you're getting on the sides of the locking lugs. It's a major stress point right there. Alright, there's a little bit too much, so we're going to wipe it off a little bit. Just barely any pressure at all. Feels good. Go ahead and put that inside of the frame. Go ahead and put the recoil in, making sure that this thick end on this particular firearm, that's what goes on the barrel locking lug. So go ahead and depress that in, set that in. Go ahead and turn it this way and verify that it is even, and press down. Looks good. Alright, the last thing to oil on this is going to be the slide release slide stop takedown pin, because yes, it's all three of those on this particular firearm. This is a very important piece to the firearm to oil. Alright. Go ahead and put the firearm back together. So go ahead and insert the rails inside of the firearm, because they're right inside of the firearm, like that. Then we're going to go ahead and go all the way back to where the lines meet up on the frame and the slide. We're going to go ahead and hold the firearm where that is again. The long piece is going to go in the front, right there. And we're just going to press it down firmly. Function check. Alright, we will function check with dummy rounds later. We gotta finish cleaning my magazines. So me personally, I don't clean my magazines a lot. I just clean the feed ramps and the feed lip, the outside of the magazine, and then we'll go ahead and just wipe that off. Go ahead and use the pick to make sure I'm getting inside of the feed lips. And on the feed ramp. Alright. Set the magazine aside. A couple more. I'm just adding cleaner to the actual brush and not to the magazine. That's just a preference thing with me. If you want to add cleaner to your magazine, go ahead, but just don't overdo it, because you don't want to get cleaner inside of your magazine. Same thing with oil. I don't oil anything on a magazine because you don't want to get oil on the inside of your magazine. That can cause issues with feeding. So I don't clean my magazines that much. If I were to drop my magazine, then I would take the spring out and clean it all, deep clean it. But I don't drop my magazines, so no need for that. I'll end up replacing my magazines before I have to clean them, probably. Deep clean them. Alright, 2 more magazines. These are going to be my CZs. I just did my FNs. With the red follower, you can really see all the unburnt powder from the rounds. A lot of people don't know that, but the unburnt powder goes back into the magazine. Not a lot of it, just some of it. The explosion goes everywhere, so that's why I clean my magazine wells out on my firearms. I clean my firearms differently than everybody else, so do what works for you. I'm just showing you the gist of it and take what you need from it. I'm a small channel, so I can show stuff like this. Big channels can't, because YouTube doesn't like us showing this, because they're stupid about it. They think that by me showing you how to safely clean a firearm, I'm showing you how to build a firearm. That's not true. All I'm doing is showing you the safety of firearms. And a clean firearm is a safe firearm. An unclean firearm is not safe. It's not safe to use. It causes a lot of issues. And like I keep saying all the time, as I'm cleaning it, any of the wear marks, I'm checking to make sure that my firearm is still operational and making sure that I don't need to replace parts. So again, a big safety part of firearms is cleaning your firearms and getting to know them. You don't want to be out on the range or in a defensive situation and a part break that you could have fixed before it broke. There's nothing wrong with being proactive. It's safer. But I haven't had any issues with my firearms, but my round counts aren't high enough. But still keep an eye on it. And I clean my firearms every time after I go to the range, which is what everybody should do. Alright, so I don't have my other snap caps next to me, but we'll go ahead and load 3 snap caps of my 9mm into my CZ, and we'll go ahead and test it. Or just function testing. Single action works, double action works, eject a round out, and it loads. Again, check, and we're good. Go ahead and clear the firearm. Again, point it in a safe direction, even with snap caps. Alright, let me grab the rest of my snap caps and we'll test fire. We'll test function with snap caps of the 510 and my 300 blackout build. Alright, I'll be right back.